Hi, I'm Andrew Smith with Virginia Farm Bureau's Governmental Relations Department.
And I'm Stephanie Talon, also with Farm Bureau Government Relations. We're back for a General Assembly update, but not our normal weekly update. We're here to talk about a piece of legislation that passed that Andrew worked on very frequently over this past session related to what we call farm use vehicles. Andrew, we've been getting a lot of questions about this legislation, understandably so. So to clear up a few of those misconceptions or maybe those frequently asked questions, how about we do a rapid fire about what to expect from this new farm use legislation?
Sure, happy to answer your questions.
All right, great, here we go. So real quick, in a nutshell, can you tell us what passed at the General Assembly?
Sure, we'd seen a lot of abuse. Farmers were concerned about losing the farm use exemption, and legislators were too, law enforcement. So legislation came forward that definitely was going to happen this year, that we needed to formalize a program. And basically the program, farmers will have to go to DMV to obtain a permanent farm use placard. They'll have to answer some questions testifying that they are a farmer. They're going to use it for the allowed purposes. They have liability insurance on it, and then some basic information about their farm. That's exactly like if they were getting the F tag from DMV, the registered farm vehicle, but this would still not be registered. It would be a placard.
Makes sense. Can you give us a few more details about the type of information that farmers will have to provide at DMV?
Sure. The farm owner, the owner of the vehicle, which should be the same, the address of the farm, approximate acreage of the farm, and approximate amount of production per year. You know, if they bale 50,000 bales of hay a year, that's what I would put, or something like that. They'll also have to sign a statement that they'll only use it for the purposes allowed in the law. They'll also have to sign a statement saying that they have the vehicle covered under liability coverage.
Will farmers have to show proof of ownership, and is that new?
I'm pretty sure DMV is still working out the details. They have an implementation plan. It's not new because they've never had to go to DMV before, but it will be very similar to getting an F-tag or a registered farm vehicle that a lot of people is used to seeing there. But since it is an existing law of having to prove ownership, and it's existing law to have it titled to be on the road, they'll probably have to show ownership. But DMV is still working at the details, but I'm 99% sure they'll have to show that.
And what about trailers? We've heard about that a lot. Where do they fall into this?
Yeah, trailers just one of the categories that allow that exemption in law, just like the power unit. So they'll have to obtain this as well if they're claiming the exemption from registration. So any of those categories of vehicles that were allowed to be exempt from the registration, they'll have to obtain this placard too.
Will this placard cost anything?
Yeah, DMV can charge up to $15 for that placard, so I expect it'll be $15.
And it's for the life of the vehicle, or will they have to keep replacing it?
It is permanent, so as long as you have that vehicle and using it for that use, you're allowed to have it. It's one-time $15 fee.
Great, that makes sense. And so when can farmers start going to DMV to prepare and get this placard?
You know, I'm expecting sometime, after July 1, but it may be a little bit later. There's a delayed effective date for this, so you can't get a ticket until after July 1, 2023. So the legislation allowed for DMV to get the program together, which basically is coming up with the plate and doing their application, and then farmers getting them on there so they're ready to go by July 1, 2023. So we're not sure of that. We'll be updating as that goes on, but it's going to be sometime, after July 1, 2022. But I expect, at least within 6 months, of the effective date.
Makes sense. So as we learn more about the specific logistics and when folks can move on this, where should our members go to get more information?
Certainly lots of news stories out there, but I encourage people to go to Virginia Farm Bureau's website. We are updating information on our resource page, which the link will be shown soon on this video.
Great. Well, thanks for all those updates and information, and we'll be sure to pass it along to you as we know more.